Hey, it's Johnny Marks. Thank you so much for checking out the Marks in the Morning podcast. Remember, you can listen to myself, Kerri, Mac, and JP weekdays from 6 to 10 live on K92.3.
Get out of bed. It's time to get your day started. This is Marks in the Morning on K92.3.
Can I get a countdown?
3, 2, 1. Yeah, the real countdown is on. The countdown to your weekend. It's Marks in the Morning on a Friday, 6 o'clock, and not a bad start to the day. A little chilly, though. 38 degrees right now. I'm Johnny Marks. This is Kerri, Mac, and JP. How are you guys doing?
100 days from right now will be the 4th of July. 100
days?
100 days exactly.
Isn't that weird to think? Our months work like some are 30, some are 31. So you'd think 100 days, it would be, whatever. But it's going to be on actual 4th of July. What is that this year? Saturday or Sunday?
It's a day that ends in the letter Y.
Yeah. It's a Sunday.
Oh.
I know because our company holiday is the Monday after. It sounds like it should be a curse where a one-day holiday, like a 4th of July, a Christmas, one of those that kind of float, would fall on a weekend. But it's actually a blessing because you're given either the Friday before or the Monday after off. And so you get an extended weekend and you don't have to take time off to travel, right? Especially when it's on a Sunday.
And I've already taken off the following Tuesdays. That's a 4-day weekend for this guy.
You took off the 6th?
Yes, I did.
Are you going somewhere? Do you have plans?
Nope.
All right. That's perfect. But you got time to make them because that's 100 days away, or I guess 101 days
102.
away. 102 from that. Yeah. Hey, Kerri Mac, what are you doing this weekend?
I don't know, but I'm amazed at time because July 4th just seems so strange to me right now.
It doesn't seem like it's a long ways away.
Time's wild, man. Time is wild.
I'm okay with it being a long ways away because this time of year, the weather's getting nice. We're heading into April. A week from yesterday is the start of April. And so let's enjoy that before the days start getting shorter because by July 4th, the days are getting shorter. And we're already, even though it's like, what is the 4th of July? 2 weeks into summer, technically, because it starts, June 20th? Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, oh, summer's over after the 4th of July. Every year you'll hear people pouting about that, when in reality it's not even half over. But that's a long ways off, like you said. So let's enjoy what we got. JP, any big plans this weekend? We know what you're doing in 102 days, but what are you doing in 2 days or the next 2 days?
I'll be doing the public address announcing for softball tomorrow for Wartburg College.
That feels weird.
I haven't done that in like 20-some years.
Wow, there you go. Baseball season and softball season are back. I was looking on our the FanDuel Sports app this morning, and they already have Japanese baseball. They started up, I think today is the opener. Don't hold me to that, but I know there's some games as we speak.
Does it seem odd to you that you can bet on that? I mean, you're not literally, but millions of miles away from their country, and you can still bet on their sports.
And I saw, too, one of the games, the Giants, one of the more famous teams over there, it was like 6-3 in the first inning. So, wow, these guys don't pitch.
Oh, no.
I thought my Twins had bad pitching, but oh, boy. But okay, and my weekend is going to go like this. Crickets. Not going to do much.
Hey, there's a lot of basketball going on this weekend.
No, I plan to watch that. We're supposed to do some yard work, so please rain. I may say most people are good, but have you seen American Idol? They're not. It's Marks in the Morning. K92.3. People watch American Idol for the bad auditions, correct? The Voice, they're all good auditions. The biggest difference between those two shows is on American Idol, they'll send cruddy contestants through for a laugh. And I kind of feel like, in a way, it's bullying. You look at William Hung and some of the famous, really bad contestants that have come out. For some reason, they like to send one or two of those an episode through, and then they'll send mediocre talent. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but mediocre talent. And then they'll send the really good ones. So, Luke Bryan's not talking about the way people sing.
They have to spice it up, though. If it was just top caliber contestants throughout, it would be boring. It would be. I mean, the great singer, another great singer. Oh, she's great, he's great. There would be no change.
Yeah, you're right. Half the thrill of The Voice is them fighting over who gets the player, where you don't get that in Idol. In Idol, what are there, 4 judges, 3 judges? They have to agree, at least a majority of them. So I get what you're saying. The Voice, though, there are some that don't get through. There are some that nobody turns a chair, but they're all the singers are really good, as opposed to American Idol, where it's like, But there you go. It's a different show, different style. All right, it's Marks in the Morning. It's K92.3. It's Friday, 6:13 right now. Current temperature about 38, 40 degrees. I brought the habanero.
Oh, I forgot.
Sitting on my desk.
Lord.
Did you forget, Kerri?
No, she reminded me before she left yesterday.
Oh,
About 3:30, Kerri's like, I came down to talk to her about something else, and she brought it up. I said, I won't forget. I set a reminder on my phone. I did. It went off this morning at 4:15, and there it was in the fridge waiting for me with that big orange smile on its face.
All I have to say is that also sounds like my Syracuse University mascot.
Oh, yeah, that's
with
right.
an orange smile.
Now, did you bring milk?
No, I didn't. I forgot to bring milk.
You're in trouble.
No, can I drink some milk in the
I've got
fridge?
creamer, non-dairy creamer. Tastes like vanilla.
Yeah, we have that little pump creamer thing in the kitchen for the coffee.
Yeah, that one might have some actual sugar in it.
Okay, we'll have intern Skyscraper just pump it into...
Hold it over her head. But you, yesterday at this time is when I brought up habaneros, and we even had somebody message in. I'd give him a shout. I don't have my Facebook pulled up, but he messaged us on Facebook. He said, they're not so bad.
I was just thinking that. Now watch, Kerri... She'll surprise us all, and she'll just eat the whole thing with no emotion whatsoever.
Nope.
If that happens, I'll be completely dumbfounded.
I will leave.
Yeah.
How much of it do I have to eat? That's
up to you. This was your idea. Literally, you said yesterday that you would do it. It didn't even occur to me because I love spice, and it was too much for me raw. Cut up and put in something, just fine.
Okay, now I'm getting nervous.
And do you have a food chaser? You don't have any milk, but
I have yogurt.
That might be all right.
That would work.
Kind of milk based.
Gross combination.
It's a mango yogurt too. Oh no, but
mango and habanero pair together.
Actually,
you see that quite a bit.
You're right.
Okay, look at me, a sommelier of spices.
Yeah, you really are. Okay, so I will grab that. And we'll give it a shot here. You're still willing to do this?
I'm committed to doing this.
Okay.
If you pop that whole thing in your mouth and just start gnawing away, I will probably throw up just because I know how much pain you'll be in.
I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah.
And, it's too early for anybody to get 911 here and then take you downstairs. So.
Oh, imagine! Oh no, that would be such an embarrassing story to tell.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, imagine the calls I'd get, and the paperwork I'd have to do. Let's not do that.
Oh yeah, we better get HR handy on this one.
Yeah, no.
No.
I tell you what. Hi, HR. Habanero resources.
Yes, there you go.
Resources.
Stick around. We'll do that. I've got random facts first. We've got news and weather and all that coming up, but we'll dice this puppy up a little bit because you're not eating the whole thing. Not at least in one bite. And I don't know. Do you want to do it on Facebook Live? Are you willing to?
I think we should.
Yes,
All
I'll
right.
do it.
So that'll give you a few minutes here to go find us on Facebook. If you already follow us, great. Thank you. Keep bringing you good content.
Nothing like having habaneros at 6:30 in the morning whenever we're going to do this.
But if you don't follow us, this would be a good time. K923K Country, that's our full name on Facebook, or just K923 Waterloo. That is our handle.
Random facts.
Well, a lot of people are on social media, maybe even more since the pandemic started if you've found yourself with more free time. But that's not necessarily a good thing. Experts warn there are signs when you need to take a break from social media. John Legend from The Voice, his wife Chrissy Teigen just quit Twitter, although I'm sure she'll be back. But she quit Twitter this week because she said it took a toll on her mental health. Well, I went and found some info. I think this is in USA Today. They said, here are some reasons or some signs that you need to quit social media. Number one, if you're compulsively checking your phone. Well, that's everybody.
Yeah.
But more specifically, since we're already attached to our phones to begin with, if you're checking your notifications, your messages every few minutes, it's like an addiction. You know, when something affects your job, that's how you know you have an addiction. For example, there's nothing funny about it, but if you start drinking or you have an alcohol issue, it starts to affect your work. Either you get drunk before work, God forbid at work, etc. Well, this is no different. It is different physically, but it's no different in terms of what it can do to your job. You can get in big trouble, especially if it affects family time. Imagine that. You're sitting around checking your notifications at dinner. Not a good thing. Number two, you wake up or you fall asleep feeling off. If you're waking up worried about something you said, something you saw on social media the night before, it might be time to set some boundaries with your accounts. You ever done that? You ever tweeted or put up a status or something? JP is one of the best on social media. You're on there for work, and you rarely post anything non-work related. And I don't mean like, my boss sucks. You'll write an article and you'll share one of your articles, which is great. And that's about all you do that I noticed, unless you're out there trolling people. And I just don't.
Yeah, I'm not I don't want to say I'm not a fan of it because it's a great way to engage and get news, but when I'm at home, it's just, that's my time. It's my time with my kids. I don't do anything with it on the weekends. And that's the truth. I just don't.
Your sons are too young, but is your daughter on any social media?
Not really. They're just big into YouTube. They want to be YouTube stars.
Well, in this case, that's probably better.
Yeah.
Once they get on YouTube, that's where the nasty comments come, and that's where you got to be careful.
I read, too, that Chrissy Teigen, is that her name, John Legend's wife?
Yeah.
When she quit social media this week, people were getting online and bashing her. I'm like, well, she can't read it.
Yeah,
she's not on it right now, people.
Yeah, no, you're right. These are the signs you need to maybe take a break from social media. Your real-life interactions are suffering. If you've been interacting with your friends and family face-to-face less and getting wrapped up in Facebook arguments or scrolling all day on Instagram, it might be time to reassess your priorities. And the last sign, I'm sure there's others, but the last major sign, it might be time to take a break. If you're viewing yourself negatively, social media is dangerous when people start to make comments or say things that you start to take as either very personal, even if they're not aimed at you. So, yeah, there you go. Now, Kerri, you're part of a generation that grew up with social media already a thing.
Yeah.
JP and I had to kind of on-the-job training with social media. We had MySpace, which flopped, and then we had Facebook, which is still around, and Twitter and all those other things. But we existed before they did. For you, it's like, this is the world now.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel yourself, and I know you use it a lot for work too, so that's a little bit different, but do you ever feel yourself going, I need a break?
I do sometimes. It's tough. There was a time where I got called out in social media for my appearance. It was really mean. This random guy I didn't know commented on a video that I did on Twitter, and he said, "Where's your neck?" And I was like, "It's right here, you idiot."
Where's your neck?
Because I have one of those faces that's very round, and it kind of overpowers the neck sometimes, and I look like a bobblehead, I'll be honest. But still, don't call out a 20-something-year-old girl on Facebook when you're a 45. No, he was 50 years old on Twitter.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Those types of people are the ones who should take a break from social media.
Yeah, they should take a break from a lot of things.
I think that's why it's easy for people, men and women, my age and Johnny's age. We didn't have this until we were in our 20s. So we're in an old school frame of mind. We know what it was like growing up without internet.
Yeah.
So and I like that. I like the simplicity of what it used to be like. And I think everyone goes back to in their childhood to when you had to go outside and play with a stick, basically. We didn't have all these computerized.
We used to play when I was an only child, but my neighbors, they were about my age. We had about 5 or 6 kids in the neighborhood. We used to go outside and play with, squirt guns, cap guns. Mm-hmm. Heck, we'd have water balloon fights. We'd play a lot of games, and I remember as a kid, but this is way before social media, but I remember as a kid, the only thing you would really have to compare it to was, we'd talk about girls, because that's what young boys did.
Heck yeah.
And most of us went to the same school. But can you imagine being able to, troll somebody, boy or girl, in some of that? It could get very dangerous.
You would pass
have that platform.
You would pass notes. That's how we would do secret talking. We would pass notes.
I'd ask Fred. I'd be like, "Can you go talk to her?" And then, of course, the girl would be all about him.
Yeah.
And one buddy who was a ladies' man all throughout high school. He was always with another gal. And I remember one time asking him, "Can you ask so and so?" Next thing you know, they're having lunch together.
Oh my gosh, that's against the bro code. But I grew up kind of with a duality because I grew up without social media, and then around when I was at a certain age, it started to get really popular. So I got a thick skin really quickly. So I think it was good for me and my confidence in the long run. I learned my own self-worth and figured out.
Is it good that you had to develop that? I guess we all do, because they're still bullying face-to-face in school. Mm-hmm. I mean, I grew up with bullies in school and whatnot. They didn't need a screen and a keyboard. The big difference was, though, they'd come to you face-to-face. I'm not saying one bully's better than the other, but at least you knew your enemy, so to speak. Mm-hmm. You don't get that on social. People are cowards on social media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just, whatever. We'll leave it here, because otherwise we could go on all day. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes. Very short break here, then news, weather, and... Kerri Mack might be blowing steam out her ears here a little bit. I got the habanero in the studio. We'll get started on that next. Facebook.com/K923 Waterloo. We're going to go live.
I'm
wouldn't want to be Kerri Mack this morning. My hands up.
Are you regretting this? Yesterday, you just right away on the air, you're like, I'll eat a habanero.
Yeah.
And Johnny are like, all right.
And of course, I happen to have one because I mentioned this, and I'm not trying to give them a plug, but Hy-Vee, at least the one in Cedar Falls, has a nice bin. It's in there. It's not frozen, but it's in the cold section by lettuce and such of different peppers, with the habanero being the hottest they have. And they're very inexpensive. I think it's $3.99 a pound. Nobody's going to buy a pound of habaneros unless they have a death wish for somebody. So that pepper was like 28 cents. So I may be a cheapskate, but I had no problem parting with about a quarter's worth of food. So I brought it in. Kerri Mack has. If you're watching on Facebook Live, thank you for checking us out. If you're not, hop on there because we're about to see if Kerri survives. I mean, if Kerri's okay.
We should put a little wager on this. Like, do you think, because Johnny and I both love to bet, do you think she'll cry? Do you think her eyes will definitely water? That's going to happen. Sure. I wonder if she'll cry.
I wonder.
And this isn't because of a weak type thing. I would cry if I ate that thing. So I'm just wondering if it'll get the best of you, Kerri.
Well, Kerri Mack, do you like spicy foods?
If it's a good food, I will like it. If it's spicy, if it's not a good food, no.
But you don't seek them. Both JP and I have admitted we seek hotter or spicier things. You've talked about your chili and whatnot before. But you really don't seem to talk much about spice. I know you're open-minded, but heat is not something that everybody likes.
She'll be talking more about it after this.
That's for sure. You may never want to get... Well, let's get started here. The habanero that sits on Kerri's plate, which you can see on Facebook Live, K923 Waterloo. In the 90s, 1999, the Guinness Book of World Records called the habanero the hottest pepper on earth in the world. It has since been replaced by other peppers like the ghost pepper, but it is still a very, very hot pepper. And here we go with Kerri Mack is going to dig in.
I love your cutlery, your plastic fork and plastic knife.
Those plastic forks couldn't cut butter. Neither could that knife. But it's getting through the jalapeno, okay. Or habanero, sorry.
Oh, look at all those seeds.
Oh, that is an angry-looking fruit. We discussed this off the air. It's a fruit. So Kerri's getting her first serving of fruit today. Good luck. Here we go. She's got it. That's a large piece.
Yeah, it is.
That's I'd cut that in half.
I want to go.
And don't go, I'm so brave as soon as you eat it. It takes about 20 seconds, maybe a little less, 15 to 20 seconds before you're going to feel the heat. Okay, here we go. Kerri's got a very small fork full.
What's your first? Can you taste it already?
A bite of the habanero.
Is it hot right away? Oh, she's coughing 3 seconds in.
That was quick.
Okay.
She's okay right now.
Wow. You're doing better than I thought you would.
No,
here
when
it
goes down the throat. When it goes down the throat. Oh, jeez.
All right.
It burns.
Just remember that our delay button is broken, so don't say anything inappropriate.
I'm not going to say anything inappropriate. I would never.
She probably won't be able to say anything here in a few seconds.
True.
Actually, you're doing much better than I thought.
Thank you.
I'm actually disappointed.
Are you really disappointed?
I thought you would be in rough shape right now.
That was a pretty small bite. Do
you want me to take another one?
Yeah, get a couple of the seeds in there.
She's tougher than I am.
I'm not touching the seeds.
Oh, you got to get a couple of the seeds in there.
I ain't touching the seeds, Johnny.
All right. Here we go. Kerri's having another bite. It's a rather large forkful there. That was bigger than the first bite. She has...
Did you get it? I thought maybe you got a defunct pepper.
I know, right? We didn't have any way to test one of these.
Ooh, there we go. The thing is, ooh.
The thing is, ooh.
It's all the mouthfeel. You know what I'm saying?
Your lips will burn for a good chunk of time.
It's not my lips. It's my tongue and like my throat that's burning a bit.
Yeah.
This is spicier than I like to go. But if I went even farther with this, I know I would lose my mind and I would start to cry.
All right, hand me that. I want to try it now because I thought you would be in a world of pain.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to try a little bit of this.
JP?
And I don't like habaneros. I could eat jalapenos straight, but...
Yeah, jalapenos are very tasty. They have a good flavor. Habaneros, I didn't really get a sense of flavor when I ate one last week.
Yeah, it's got a little sweetness to it. Actually, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, I think Johnny's just a whim.
Oh, man. Oh, you're right, though, once you swallow that down. Oh.
Yeah, it's the mouthfeel in beer and wine talk. It's... Your tongue also is feeling a bit like numb, kind of?
I think when I've used it in chili before, and we talked about this yesterday, I don't think I took the seeds out, so that's probably what did me in.
Maybe it is the seeds. Well, give the seeds a bite there.
I have to eat the seeds?
You got a piece. Well, you got a piece with like 2 or 3 seeds on them. It's just sitting right there on your plate.
But actually, that's not bad.
Oh, my gut. My gut's starting to hurt a bit, though.
Okay.
A warm feeling in your stomach?
A warm feeling, a warm pain. Jeez Louise.
All right, here we go. This is her her first bite with seeds. Yeah. The seeds of
there's a difference.
Okay.
There's a difference.
The seeds of a jalapeno are noticeably hotter than the flesh. And the further up the pepper you go, the hotter it gets.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Have you wondered why nature would grow something like this? It can't be to protect the fruit because... Oh,
no!
All right.
Oh, she's done.
You're drinking the wrong thing.
Oh, don't drink water.
Don't drink the water.
Eat your yogurt.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, no.
She doesn't have a spoon for the yogurt, so she's drinking like
the yogurt like it's a shake.
Like putting it down like it's a shot.
Okay, yeah. You've earned a shot. Get her some Jim Beam after that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, see, that was...
Lord.
Maybe, JP, do you want to try some of the seeds? There we go.
Do I want to? No, but... Did you just eat a seed, or did you pair it with
She had a little flesh, too.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
Am I going to be hurting?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere there's a cannibal going, ooh, they're seasoning themselves. This is great. Hopefully they're not on our Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
That's bad.
Oh, you got this?
Oh, that's bad.
Okay.
That's rough.
We need somebody to be able to finish the show.
Yeah, my eyes are watering.
It's tough.
That's much different.
I know.
That's how I made my chili. Yeah, that's what it
Well,
tastes like burn.
So enjoy some of the fleshy part of a habanero. They're not a very big pepper, so there's not a lot of flesh there, but enjoy it and don't eat the seeds. That's your public service announcement, courtesy of Mark's in the Morning. JP, do you need a shot of her yogurt too?
I've got coffee. We'll see if that works.
All right, we'll stay on Facebook Live for a couple minutes, but we're going to get to Nashville news next. Luke Combs is coming up as well. It's Mark's in the Morning. Look out! Things are starting to get back to more normal. It'll be a while before things are just normal. We're all elbow to elbow and whatnot, but we're getting closer. And as such, Kerri Mack is going to be making her first trip back to see her family since she started here. Now, not in the very near future, but you're going home. And the only problem is, in June you're going, by the way? Is that right?
Yeah, June.
Okay. The only problem is that something happened the other day that Kerri was telling us about, and it may have a hindrance on her trip home. She's going to tell you about it, and I assume you're nominating yourself for the Genius Award at the same time, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Genius Award's coming up in about 8 minutes. Mark's in the Bender, your last chance to win this week. Some sandwiches from McDonald's. Give you a couple of crispy chicken sandwiches, brand new offerings from McDonald's. You can win a year's worth of them as well, right here on Mark's in the Morning. So that's coming up in about 25 minutes on the show. Dad Jokes 101 after 8 o'clock. Nashville news and much more all throughout the show. It's time for the Genius Awards, though, at 7:10. You can nominate yourself for a Genius Award. You can nominate somebody else for a Genius Award. It's just about something stupid that somebody did that you want to celebrate. Kerri's going to go last because she's got the Mac daddy of them all here. Kerri
That's
Mack.
why I'm called Kerri Mack.
And you're trying to go see your daddy, so ironically that all fits together. JP, do you have one or anything anybody want to nominate?
I do, but I'm going to pass today just because Kerri's is so great.
I know. I feel dumb, not dumb enough. Trying the Genius Award. I'll give you a very quick Genius Award that I experienced, of all things, yesterday. Where I live in Cedar Falls, trash day is on Thursdays. The trash was taken out. Everything was fine. I got home. It was raining yesterday. Correct. Everybody remember that? It was raining pretty good. I was walking back in my nice clothes. By the way, people were giving me a hard time for my outfit yesterday. Kerri liked it.
Really? I don't even remember what you wore.
I looked like a bottle of wine, according to both my wife and our news guy, Roger.
No, it was monochrome, and monochrome is in right now. It was purple and then like a lighter shade of purple, which is very in right now, Johnny.
Thank you. But I was walking in, though, you know the outfit, so picture it, from the end of the driveway back to where we keep the trash, which is right up against the garage. And as I was walking back, I didn't pay attention. It's been a long time since we've had this much rain. And I took a puddle, and like it was ice, I slipped, but I was holding onto the trash can, so it looked like I was doing a song and dance routine with the trash can. It was keeping me up because it was behind me as I was pulling it, and then I finally went all the way to the ground.
Yes.
Tango
yes.
trash.
All the way to the ground.
Tango.
And the trash can went down as well because there was no weight to it.
Did you get completely soaked?
I didn't get completely soaked because the puddle where I tripped, which was very close to the garage, and luckily my car was blocking my neighbors from seeing me, at least on one side. The puddle where I tripped was quite, deep and quite wet, but where I went down, which was by my car, was pretty dry. Our driveway is a problem. It's something that we've talked about getting repaved. It pools bad.
Sure, blame it on the driveway for you falling down.
Blame it on the driveway. Blame it on myself. I'm giving myself the Genius Award. But I'm just saying our driveway pools poorly, so it's really bad in the winter, and it even worse in the summer, spring and summer, when first the snow melts and then the rain pools up and it's right by the basement. But in this case, it was me. It was on me. And the trash also fell over. It sounded like somebody had dropped like pots or pans because the trash can went thud. And then the lid went thud as it popped open.
The only thing that would have made it better is if the trash hadn't been picked up yet and it all falls on top of you.
But then there would have been more weight to the trash and I might not have fallen.
True.
The whole issue was as I was dancing with the trash can for a moment, the trash can had just enough weight to keep me up until it, because it has wheels, it lost its bearings and went down, and we went down together.
Who was leading in the dance? Was it you or the trash can? Okay.
And the trash can was like, I know what you put in me. I'm taking you down, big boy.
That trash tango was a hit.
It was. We got a couple messages on the app. And remember, you can nominate somebody or yourself for a Genius Award during the week, and we'll just read them on Fridays. We don't expect these to all happen right around Friday morning. I'll just give you a quick one here. I won't say where. I was at a grocery store this week, and I was at a grocery store this week, and I didn't realize that as I tied off a bag of oranges, I hadn't closed it all the way. But when I got to the checkout, I lifted up the bag, and oranges went everywhere. It wasn't tied off properly. 3 or 4 oranges were in the bag, and they all hit the ground. I didn't buy any of them, but felt really guilty. Should you be made to buy that if it's your fault? You know how you tie off a produce bag, or at least you usually tie them off. If you just lift them really fast, whatever's in there will go flying everywhere.
So he or she just let him roll? Didn't even pick them up?
My understanding is they all hit the ground. I'm assuming they went and grabbed them. It doesn't say.
It was like Indiana Jones when the giant ball was coming. It's just a bunch of oranges.
Those were some blood oranges. I got a couple more. But Kerri, yours is, no disrespect, but yours is much, much smarter than the other ones here. So why don't you go ahead and tell us your Genius Award pertaining to your upcoming vacation.
So I feel like I should be getting a crown for this because this makes me the Genius Award queen. But I was booking a flight back home and I've never booked a flight from out of here, so I don't know the proper codes, the regulations, and all of that. So I put in Waterloo to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. I was like, why is it $1,000 to fly from Iowa to Pennsylvania? So I was like, well, I guess that's just what happens right now. And I assumed that because COVID numbers were going down, more people would be flying. So, demand and all that stuff. So I booked the flight.
Oh, no.
And I went back and I was like, okay, $1,000 in the can. There goes my stimulus check.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, if you have that much money laying around, drinks are on Kerri next time. But,
no, but that's where my stimulus check went. Yeah. And you know how when you hit the backspace when you're like booking a flight and you see the map from like the location to the end location?
Yeah, if you're booking it on like an Orbitz or one of those types of sites.
Yeah. So it was after I put in all of my information, booked the flight, I saw the map, and girl didn't know that there's a Waterloo, Canada.
Oh, no.
So I have to go to Canada now to get to Pennsylvania.
Well, don't you have like a week or so to cancel it?
I do?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
You better look into that.
I'll look into it. Hold on. Let me check right now.
I thought when you had told us this, I thought you had already canceled it right away.
Yeah, me too.
No, I was going to call them up. It says 24 hours, and if I cancel it before noon, it'll be fine.
Because I looked it up. Waterloo, Canada from Waterloo, Iowa is a 12-hour drive.
That's a long ways. Where is it, Ontario?
And Waterloo, Canada to Wilkes-Barre is 6 hours. So that'd be an 18-hour. You'd actually drive 12 hours and then only fly for probably 45 minutes?
I know you probably should need your passport to get into Michigan. That's like a foreign country. But most people don't need a passport to go from Iowa to Pennsylvania, but you would on that route.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because you're going to a different country.
You'd be leaving the U.S.
I don't even have my passport on me. It's back in Pennsylvania.
You wouldn't even be able to take
You better
this trip.
hurry up and because it's going to be probably, I bet the price will be less than half of what you're paying.
No, yeah. I went and double checked and it was $300.
Yes, so you better hurry up.
ALO is the airport code for Waterloo. I know it's not the most logical, but ALO is what you want. Not whatever your, I don't know, what was it? Must have been like WTL or something.
I think it's DUM for Kerri.
Hey, why do I feel like I have two dads right now? Come on. You're supposed to support me, not tell me how dumb I am.
I'm supporting you by saying, hurry up and cancel that flight.
Okay, Dad.
It's probably the best thing that'll happen to you. Like JP said, you'll get half your money back. It'll be a better day.
When June, when she flies back, she'll be like 3 days late because she'll do the same thing. She'll end up in Canada, in Waterloo, Canada.
I'll be like, Johnny, can you come pick me up, please?
It's Marks in the Morning, now an international show. Is Kerri Max broadcasting from her new home, as she has no passport, in Toronto, or in, is it in Ontario? Is that where
I think
the province
so.
that Waterloo's in? I think it is, too. Every now and then we'll get stories or things will get confused between our Waterloo and their Waterloo. Mm-hmm. And apparently it works with airport codes as well.
It works with radio DJs.
Yeah. Congratulations, Kerri Mack. You are a Genius Award Superstar of the Week. It's not a real award, but there you go. It's Marks in the Morning. Kerri Mack will be getting drunk on a plane, I'm sure. She might have to. You're going to be seeing a lot of those big green tractors in the fields very soon, especially if this rain keeps up. It'll be planting season here before you know it. It's Marks in the Morning. My father-in-law is, his birthday is in April. It's late April, and he always wants to be in the field, well, on his birthday, but before his birthday as well. And I know he's foaming at the mouth. He sees weather like this, and he gets really excited. However, JP, you published a story yesterday. It's on the K92.3 app. We're not out of the snow woods yet in the Cedar Valley and certainly points north, correct?
Since 1895, there's only been 31 years where it has not snowed in the month of April in Waterloo.
Now, when you say that, that doesn't necessarily mean the blizzards.
Yeah.
It just means, what do they consider snow? Just traces, flurries?
I think anything, like, I'd say 0.1 inches. But on average, I think Waterloo averages 2 to 3 inches of snow every year in April, believe it or not. But it always melts. Usually, it doesn't stick around. Yeah,
no doubt about it. It won't stick around long, but it's coming, is what you're essentially saying. The odds are not good.
The most, now I'm trying to go off memory from yesterday when I posted this, the most snow in one single storm ever for Waterloo, 6-point-something inches. So it's not a gigantic storm, but again, it usually melts pretty fast.
You're saying that was in April, the 6th.
Yeah, yep.
That's not terrible when you consider what we've had in February and other storms. We got 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 in one storm. Last
year, the last any trace of snow that fell in the season was April 17th, just a few flurries. So, I mean, we could have another month worth of snow, maybe.
JP's story here. I'll quote your story because I do have it pulled up. The coldest high temperature last year, 2020, and I know we were all very distracted in April 2020, was 38 degrees. So that was the coldest high. But the lows were well below freezing, and hence it could still easily snow. You can read more. I'm going to push this right to the top of the page. Check it out. It's an interesting article. You got a lot of other facts about April snow in and around the Cedar Valley as well. So check that out. There we go. It's right there on the top of the page. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Get that thinking cap on. Gender Bender. Last chance to win this week. Next.
Ready? Are you ready? It's time to play Gender Bender on Marks in the Morning. Hey, Johnny Marks, who are our contestants today?
Okay, well, today, not only is it Friday, but there's a little more urgency in my voice because it's the last chance to win this week, and we could end up with a tie between the men and the ladies. 27 to 26 is our score so far in favor of our female players. Let's meet our players for today and see what happens. Derek from Waterloo is on line 1. Derek, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Your opponent is Tanya. She's from Clarksville. Tanya, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Very good. You ever run into Maddie Poppy up there in Clarksville?
I haven't actually seen her.
There's only like 8 people in Clarksville. Well, she's got to be there somewhere.
At least you know who she is, so that's a start.
I do know who she is.
She makes her way around the Cedar Valley sometimes. I've heard she shows up at garage sales and such. So maybe you got to come down here to see her. Maybe Derek will have better luck. You're each going to get 3 questions aimed at the opposite gender. The better score is our winning player today. It's that simple. But we'll see how you do with these questions that Kerri and JP have. Derek, you were my first caller, so are you going first, or are you going to give that right up to Tanya?
I'll try going first.
Oh, there you go. Kerri Max got your questions. He's ripping the Band-Aid off, Kerri. Good luck.
Okay, true or false? The dessert known as flan has a thin layer of cherries on top. True or false?
True.
False. It's caramel.
false. It's caramel. Caramel? Caramel.
I say caramel.
I say caramel as well, although I just said it wrong.
I say you guys are illiterate.
All righty, that's one so far. Good luck, Derek.
Okay, so in the fashion industry, what is a Mary Jane? Is it a type of shoe or a brand of purse?
I'm just going to throw out a guess, and it's a purse.
No, it's a shoe.
And it's called a Mary Jane because you'd have to be high to spend that much money on
Johnny.
it. That's why it's called a Mary Jane.
I have never heard of that one. So
Me either.
I would wear these when I was a little girl. They were like very cute little shoes.
You had some Mary Jane when you were a little girl, Kerri?
Stop it.
We're going to get poor Kerri in trouble.
There are children listening.
Child Services is coming for your parents. Alrighty, what's the last question, Kerri?
Okay, what singer-actor played Ben Stiller's mom in a 2004 movie, Meet the Fockers?
Oh, geez. Meryl Streep? I don't know.
That's a good guess.
Close.
No, Barbara Streisand, though. Meryl Streep would have been fun in that movie.
Yeah, she would have been good. All right, Tanya, you got to get at least one right to win. Let's see how you do with James Patrick's questions.
You know what I did, guys? I just rubbed my eye with my hand and I grabbed the pepper.
No!
Oh, that was
So my left eye is just on fire right now.
Can you see?
I can see out of one eye.
You're going to be okay.
You
Yeah.
want me to read the questions?
No,
Oh my gosh, you're actually...
I got it, but I'm in pain right now. All right, Tanya, true or false? A banana peel can be used to shine a man's shoe. True or false?
True.
Yes, indeed. I've never tried this.
Well, nobody likes to eat bananas, so you might as well rub them on your shoes, right?
How many lug nuts do NASCAR teams use to tighten a wheel on the car? Is it 5 or 6 lug nuts?
6.
It is 5, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Well, if the wheels fall off, they're going to say, Tanya was onto something, saying 6 there.
All right, what actor starred with Owen Wilson in the 2005 movie Wedding Crashers?
Oh, I have no idea. Will Ferrell.
It's in the same group. They're called the Frat Pack, those guys, but it'd be Vince Vaughn.
Will Ferrell was in the movie, but he wasn't a star. He had a smaller part.
Oh, didn't he live in the basement with his mom?
He
Yeah.
was the guy that was like their hero,
Yeah.
and then they find out he's more of a zero. That was a good round. Tough questions. I think the final here, unless I miscalculated, was 1-0. Which is, it's a Friday right there for you. The brain is tired. It's ready for bed. Just like JP's eye over here.
Oh, man.
Are you winking at me? I mean, I know I look good today.
Gotta go
but
flush my eyes out.
Congratulations, Tanya. Derek, we're going to start up again next week, and you'll have a chance to win, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. We'll talk to you later. Hope you have a great day. Tanya, what's going on this weekend? You got any big fun plans we can come crash?
I'm going to go take my dog to the vet this morning.
Oh, that doesn't sound... What's wrong with your dog?
He just has like a small boil on his chest, so we just want to get that checked out, make sure everything's good with him.
Well, I hope he's all right. I thought I had that too one time, and it was a gummy bear. So maybe, maybe your dog it won't be so bad.
Dylan, and my dad thinks that he's the king of dad jokes, but he's not. It's time for Johnny and Kerri to try to make him laugh with today's dad joke.
Well, I'm glad that your daughter doesn't think you're the king of dad jokes. At least that makes me feel better. JP and I have, we've known each other a little longer than Kerri and I have known each other. And when I first met JP, I didn't get the sense that he was a big dad joke guy, even though I knew right off the bat that he was a dad of 3 wonderful children. But do you fancy yourself a dad joke kind of guy? Like, do you tell them a lot when you're around your kids?
I do, all the time. I can't think of any off the top of my head. It has to be like they'll say something which will trigger it. And I'd say 2/3 of the time it goes over their head, but I still giggle at it.
Do you ever use the jokes you hear from Kerri and I on this segment, knowing that they're in school and unable to listen?
No, never. They're not that good.
What?
Oh!
My Mount Rushmore, my Nickelback joke.
That was pretty good.
See, that's just it. They don't know who Nickelback is. I could use your common joke, which I still love, but they wouldn't understand that one either.
They wouldn't get that one?
I didn't even get it. It wasn't that good. I'll say it now.
That was the best one by far.
Thank you. Here's how the game works. If you haven't listened before, I will tell a joke, or Kerri will, and then JP decides which is better. Like a playoffs race, it's whoever gets two points first. So that's 2 out of 3.
And I did say early this week, I'm going to be very stoic. I am not even going to crack a smile unless these are A-game material.
All right. All right. Bring your A game, Kerri. I always bring mine. Let's get some St. Patrick's Day jokes. All right. Kerri's going to go first. She won last week. Not only did she win, but it was a clean sweep. She got 2 straight points. I was rendered 0. You better believe I'm coming for you. What's your first joke?
Well, before I was in radio, I actually used to run a dating service for chickens.
Oh, did you?
But I was struggling to make hens meet.
I was trying to be stoic. That was good.
Thank you.
You like animal jokes, huh? JP, I have 3 cats, and let me tell you, they're very, very good readers. They all like to read the Muse paper.
It's Meow's paper, isn't it?
That was pretty good. Man, you guys both went with, one was a chicken, one was a kitty cat. I'm going to give a tie on this one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you each get half a point.
Half a point. That means that we've got a ways to go, Kerri.
Oh, geez.
Well, you should kick us off again since you're still the reigning champion.
Okay. After an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music?
Oh, what is that?
Why?
Because he had a ton of sick beats.
That took me a second. I'll admit that took me a second to get that one.
That was actually kind of good.
That was clever, yeah. Sick beats.
Sick beats.
We've got in Brandon, Iowa, the largest frying pan in the state. But do you know where the biggest pan in the world is, James?
Where, Johnny?
Japan.
Kerri gets that one.
Oh.
It's hard to beat sick beats.
Yeah, that's true.
But yours wasn't bad.
Mine was an international sensation.
And it also was local. You tied in Brandon in the frying pan.
You're explaining all the reasons why I lost?
I'm just trying to make you feel better, man.
Well, thank you. Kerri, again, you get to go first.
Okay, I didn't want to believe that my dad was stealing from his job as a traffic cop.
Oh, yeah?
But when I got home, all the signs were there.
Jeez.
Good on your dad. There's too many signs out there. Let's get rid of a few. JP, did you hear about the donut maker that's retiring?
I did not.
Well, he got fed up with his whole business. Fed up.
Johnny Marks.
Thank you.
It's that one?
Thank you. And it's food related.
Well, I can beat you with another food related
Well, that's
one.
why I get to go first on this one.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. I'm so frustrated. Earlier today, Kerri threw a milk carton at me. How dare he? God.
That's a good one.
That was good.
That was a good one. How dare Kerri do that? But
You know my lactose issues.
Boy,
Which makes it even funnier.
No. All right, Kerri, your turn.
So this, for those of you who were listening earlier, I had a habanero pepper.
Yes, you did.
It was really rough. Why couldn't the green pepper practice archery?
Why?
Because it didn't habanero.
But it's a green pepper. Habaneros are orange.
He didn't habanero. He didn't have
an arrow.
I know.
I thought we had to explain that one to you, Johnny.
I'm just explaining why it didn't work.
We'll go with Johnny and the dairy.
That's right. Thank you. All right, thank
But you know what's funny? Your last 2 jokes, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
When you eat a hot pepper, you use dairy to kind of smooth out the hotness. So you guys didn't even know this. You paired those jokes well together.
Thank you. They did pair well together. See that, Kerri? We still make a good match, even when you go down in flames like today. It's all right.
Oh,
all right.
Burn.
I did not.
Yeah, literally.
My tongue is burning.
We'll try again next week to make JP laugh on Marks in the Morning. It's Dad Jokes 101. We'll talk sport. Also weathered financial storms pretty well. Financial hardships during COVID, obviously, they've hit a lot of people in different ways. But one company that's done very well through it all is Casey's, and they just announced they're buying a bunch of stores. Gas stations and convenience stores. Casey's, which is based out of Boone, Iowa, is buying 49 Circle K's. We don't have any Circle K's around here, do we? I can't think of the nearest Circle K.
I don't believe. Yeah, I've never even seen one. I know what they are just from the Bill and Ted movies.
Right?
I never heard of them until I got here.
No? They're in, apparently the ones that they're buying, they being Casey's, are in Oklahoma. So the Boone, Iowa company going to extend itself into Oklahoma, which is awesome. We'll have more info on our K92.3 app here in just a bit. It always surprises me, some of the regional things that certain areas will have and other areas don't have. For example, I hear the name Kroger all the time. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's big back home, back east.
What is that? Is that a convenience store?
It's a grocery store, right?
Well, I know from my knowledge, it's like a bagel shop.
Really?
A bagel shop?
Kroger's? Like breakfast.
Oh.
I'm
Okay,
going
I
to look
didn't
it up
know that.
now.
He's good. The bagels are really good from what I remember.
Okay. What about, obviously 7-Eleven's a gas station. We used to have those this way, then they all left. those are sort of a regional thing. What about you? Maybe JP remembers these. They used to be all over the Midwest. Blimpie subs?
Yeah. Are they? I remember there used to be one, I want to say, in Fayette. I remember a Blimpie being in Fayette.
I think the company went away, but I think that there are still some around that were franchised. I could be wrong about that, but those were big. I remember when I was a kid. Maybe they're still around, but we don't have those. We don't have a Costco here, but everybody knows what a Costco is. Mm-hmm. We have a Sam's Club. They're very, from what I can tell, very similar. I know that gets people riled up when you say that. But there's so many different, like, there's regional things. So if Casey's hasn't extended as far as Oklahoma yet, this will be new for them. And I wonder what it's like to get a footing in a new town. Like, it'll be new and fresh and cool, but you won't necessarily know what it is if all of a sudden your Circle K magically becomes a Casey's. But they'll be experiencing Casey's Pizza out there. And so I think it's probably an upgrade for those folks. But they'll obviously have to decide for themselves.
Yeah, I had Casey's Pizza for the first time yesterday.
And
I really enjoyed it.
Told you, it's good stuff.
That's right. One of our sales reps, Carol, thank you, Carol. She brought in a bunch of pizza and chicken wings. I didn't see the pizza. What did you have? What kind?
I had the taco pizza.
Oh, good choice.
And dang, that was good taco pizza.
Carol also brought in the breakfast pizza, too.
They have good breakfast.
I destroyed that thing. Well, it was so good.
I hope it didn't destroy you right after.
No. Not as much as that habanero did my eyeball.
All right, well, there you go. See, Casey's Pizza is legendary in the Midwest. Iowa for sure. Southern part of Minnesota, it's quite huge. I used to live there. You venture into Wisconsin, and it's all about Quick Star / Quick Trip. That's what they call them there because that's a Wisconsin company. But as they expand west and kind of southwest for Casey's, it'll be cool to see if maybe the lore of Casey's Pizza grows even more. Remember, it started here. All right? No, you take credit when other states take credit. You go to Hy-Vee, you go to Missouri, they have Hy-Vees in like Kansas City. You would think, and the Twin Cities, you'd think they own the thing. Oh, yeah, Hy-Vee, that's the greatest thing ever. Like, yeah, we've had them for years. Mm-hmm. Started here.
I don't sense any bitterness from you, Johnny. Not at all.
Not at all. None whatsoever. General. Well, it's 9:20 if you didn't know what time it was, but every day, Monday through Friday at 9:20, we get a weird news story corralled by our very own James Weird News Rodeo Patrick. JP, you give us a sneak peek of this one off the air, and you can check out the K92.3 app when we're done to see more. But what are we doing today? What's your story?
Well, what's the next big holiday coming up?
Well, I believe it's Easter.
Labor Day.
No, Labor Day, Kerri. Surprised you didn't say St. Patrick's Day.
Today? Why, today is Christmas Day.
Governor?
Oh, jeez.
What would you guys say is one of the top selling Easter candy items?
Well, my wife loves those Cadbury eggs. The cream filled or
did you say Cadbury?
Yeah, that's
Cadbury,
not
Cadbury.
Yeah.
Cadbury. No, I did say it. You're right. I said it wrong. Cadbury eggs. Why? What would you say?
We're dealing with Peeps today in the Weird News Rodeo.
She loves those too.
Pepsi is combining with Peeps to make a soda pop beverage.
Pepsi Peeps.
Just thinking about this is going to give you cavities. Yes, indeed.
So is it Peep Pop or Pop Peep?
Oh, there you go.
It's Peep flavored Pepsi.
Okay.
Peep flavored pop.
That's a lot of P's going on.
That is.
Here's the official description.
Okay.
The taste of a Pepsi with the pillowy, soft, and sweet marshmallow flavor of Peeps.
Oh, my gosh. The habanero's coming back up.
See? That's a bunch of cavities forming right now.
I don't think that sounds too bad. I don't know that pillowy is a word I would use to describe tasty.
Yeah. But you can't buy it, though. You have to win it.
I hate when they do that.
Only 3,000 3-packs are up for grabs.
Only 3? What's the point of even going to the work of bottling it or canning it?
Well, here's what's going to happen. This always happens. The people who win it, they're not going to drink it. They're not going to keep it. They're going to sell it on eBay or Amazon somewhere, and they'll make a lot of money off of this. To win one, you have to submit a photo of yourself enjoying Peeps, just eating regular Peeps by tagging Pepsi and Peeps on social media. 10 grand prize winners will get some of these.
And when they do this, they're doing it to drum up more on their, social media and all that, and to get themselves trending and to put it in your head, hey, I'd like a Pepsi or Peeps. But I don't think that I would go through this because it's not worth the reward to me.
Do you know why they probably did this? They thought of this idea. Someone was drunk late last night and was like, "Oh, this would be a great idea." And they were like, "This will not sell, so we're going to give it away."
Oh, it would. Don't you think it would sell if they just did it around Easter time?
Yes, I would definitely do that.
I would try it.
If it was a pop flavored Peep, I would go all in for that.
We'll just go buy some Peeps, buy some Pepsi, and dump them on there. They're marshmallows. They'll absorb a lot of the flavor.
All that acid against a marshmallow Peep would not stand a chance.
No, it would disintegrate.
If you like sugar, you will definitely love this because they come in 7.5 ounce cans. They're not like the full 12 ounce, so they're smaller.
Do they have Pepsi Peep Zero?
No, they don't. But a 7.5 ounce can of Pepsi has 26 grams of sugar. Ooh. One traditional chick-shaped Peep contains 7 grams of sugar. So altogether, that's about 10 teaspoons of sugar in a 7 ounce can of Peep Pepsi.
Did you say one Peep is 7 grams?
Yeah.
That seems low to me.
That's what I thought, too.
They just are sugar.
A serving size for Peeps, which I thought would be 1, is 5.
Wow.
So that's like a whole pack. That's a lot of Peeps.
Oh,
I can't eat a serving of Peeps. I can eat 1 maybe, and then my teeth start to rot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like 1. But then you taste it the rest of the day.
Yeah.
If you eat it at work or something and you're not around mouthwash.
If you would like to try to win one, though, we have all the information on the app. By the way, the official name for this is Pepsi X Peeps. But personally, they missed a... Their marketing department needs to get canned. Why didn't they just call this Peepsy?
Oh,
Peeps. Peepsy is right there. It's right there. And they went with Pepsi X Peeps.
You're right. No, you're right.
Peepsy. It's perfect.
You are so right. By the way, the going to the app to check this out is worth it just to see the can. It's quite a pretty can.
It's very pastel-y.
It is.
For the Easter season.
Check it out and get more info on the K92.3 app. And we will talk to you in just a couple minutes. Our Peeps. Peeps, my Peeps. Do people still say that, Kerri? Do people still call friends Peeps?
No, they don't.
Okay.
I don't know how to break it to you gently, but the only time I would call you my Peeps is right here, right now, because you guys are my Peeps.
Oh, thank you. Well, your Peeps will be right back with news and weather next. Dustin Lynch, Blake Shelton, and minimum wage on Marks in the Morning. It's the mighty K92.3, the Cedar Valley's #1 for new country. Is that called the truck driver's gear shift, what Blake Shelton's doing on that song? Where his voice goes up and then down within the same stanza?
I've never heard that phrase before.
I've never heard
You've
of
never
that
heard of the
either.
truck driver's gear shift?
Well, I've heard it when they're truck driving, not when singing.
When they're singing along?
Yeah.
Not when Blake Shelton's singing, at least.
Yeah. Well, I'll look into that. But I don't know. I remember hearing about it on a different song that it was called, like when you start somewhere, like if you go up and down within the same part of the song.
Like a key change?
Yeah, but I guess, for lack of a better word.
I've noticed in country music, there's not a whole lot of falsetto singing. Like if I was going la, and all of a sudden la.
Well, you'd have to call up Dan and Shay for that. Yeah, I suppose you don't get a ton of it, but you don't get a lot of falsetto and such. That's quite a skill for a man to have that kind of range on their voice.
If I try to sing high, it feels like my mind is going to explode.
Yeah.
Because you really have to use a lot of oomph to get a high sounding pitch.
Is that head voice? Is that what it's called? When you go, if you don't have an actual
You gotta
falsetto?
go breathe from the diaphragm. Gotta push that up.
Give us your best.
Do
give
it.
us your best falsetto, JP, and I'll give it a shot.
This will be the highest note I can.
More myself up here.
It looks
That's
like you're...
pretty-
See, it hurts. I mean,
Yeah.
it physically hurts to do
All right,
that.
I'm going to give it a shot.
It looks like you guys are both going to the bathroom.
I may have peed a little right there. Not going to lie. Kind of hurt my head.
Oh my god!
Who hit a higher note? Was it me or Johnny?
I think you guys have to do it one more time.
All right, go ahead, JP.
to like warm up.
I love that you say. Eve.
I'm even closing my eyes
You
just
sound
as
like
if that helps.
Mini-Me from Austin Powers when he gets kicked across the room.
Oh, that hurts. I mean, seriously, it hurts my throat to do that.
All right.
Let me see if I can do it.
That's as high as you can go.
That was,
There.
Oh.
I think we just broke some... Yeah, there we go.
Okay, all right.
But does it hurt when you try to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And my voice is already... I mean, we've been talking for almost 4
It
hours.
feels like there's a lump in my throat when I try to... I mean, it's still...
That's your Adam's
There's
apple.
some lingering pain still.
I do respect and appreciate a singer who can go high on their voice naturally and then come back down and still sound good with like a lower, not necessarily a baritone, but deeper voice. It's hard. That takes a lot of skill. Kerri and JP and I were going to work. We're going to call ourselves the False Falsettos. That'll be our band name.
That's kind of catchy, actually.
Isn't it?
I dig it.
All right. It's 8:38. Sorry, 9:38. Michael Jackson.
See, if I do that, if I do a Michael Jackson, I can get a little higher.
No, you're right. That's probably why he did it. 9:38. It's Marks in the Morning. I think a lot of people are really excited for summertime and all the, hopefully, events coming roaring back this year. But one thing to get excited about for next year, for 2022, is the all-new Lost Island theme park will be opening right here in Waterloo, just outside of downtown, over by the Lost Island Water Park. And you can read more about it on the K92.3 app. What we're going to try to do, I hope I'm not teasing something we'll never be able to do, but we're going to try to get out there with a drone. Now, our engineer has a drone. He doesn't know he's being volunteered for this. But if you go driving by out there by the water park and the casino, and now that the snow is all gone, you'll see that they've made a lot of progress. Like, I hadn't been out there in a long, long time. And a couple weeks ago, our news director, Elwin, was talking about going out there. So I drove out one day. Have you been out there?
Not since they started construction on it.
It looks really cool. I mean, it doesn't look finished, but it looks really cool. Anyways, it's going to open next year. Obviously, summertime or springtime of next year. And you can read more on the K92.3 app if you want to get a sneak peek of the new Lost Island. I know it's going to be broken up into 5 different lands. They're going to theme each part of the park. And we're going to have some real roller coasters and some other stuff here in town. How cool is that?
And I've heard questions from my kids that immediately they thought, is the water park going to go away then? Like, no, the water park will still be there. This is an entirely separate entity. It's just adding on, basically.
Yeah, yep. And they'll open again in June.
Of next year.
Yeah. Well, the water park will open June this year. Yeah. And so there you go. Check it out on the K92.3 app. It's our first or second story. You know what? I'll send an app blast down here, too. You'll get it right on your phone. We'll be back in a couple minutes with our last Nashville News Minute of the week.